Hi, I'm Prometheus. This match absolutely did not go as planned. Gun builds are going to be at the end like they always are. But I couldn't find the mods I wanted. I jumped in expecting to fight a bunch of people, and that didn't happen. I wind up running the SO-14 and semi-automatic the whole match. Did not intend for that. That's the way it turned out. But it turned out alright. I took first. I don't know if that has to do with me getting better with the gun or the lobby I was in. I'm going to suspect it had more to do with the lobby I was in than anything. But anyway, I drop in. Apparently I missed my jump. Just fall straight down. Luckily I land near a gun. At this point I'm still thinking that there's going to be a lot of people here, even though I'm not seeing footsteps. I find that curious. At the beginning of this match I actually intended to run an AK-117 in my QXR build. Like I say, I intended for it to be an aggressive match. Once I realize, and I'm pretty confident that there's nobody here, I start picking up ammo for the sniper rifle and decide to run the SO instead. I should have went ahead and chased him in, but I thought I was going to hit him off. Missed a bunch of shots with my hip fire. May need to drop my free sense down a little bit. My hip fire is not as accurate as it should be. Granted, this is my first BR match in several hours, so maybe I'm just a little rusty. I'll play one or two and more matches after this and decide. Start chasing footsteps here in a second, and I forget which buildings I've went into and wind up going to the same buildings twice. I jumped here expecting to kill a bunch of people and steal the loot from them, not have a ground loot game, but it's the way it goes sometimes.
The safe zone is collapsing.
Should have grabbed the sniper ammo out of that box. I didn't even realize I missed that in match. Not paying attention to the box I opened, I guess. At this point, I've already decided that I'm gonna run the sniper rifle, or the SO, marksman rifle. Only concerned with getting away from me.
Airdrop incoming.
He didn't drop any cash, but maybe the AI is getting better, I don't know.
Fire sale will start in 1 minute. Airdrop has been delivered.
Some people don't want to be recorded, so I do try to blur the names. I have them blurred by the time I go to review the videos, so sometimes whether or not they're a bot is in question. I should have strafed there. If they had had good aim, they probably would have taken that gunfight. I started shooting after they did.
Time for a fire sale.
You can hear his footsteps, but I'm not quite sure where he was.
Airdrop has been delivered.
I'm not so sure that all those people in Black Market weren't bots this go around.
Airdrop has been delivered.
Airdrop in.
I decided to only get one weapons box this time. There's just not as much loot here.
Skill chip ready for upgrade. Airdrop has been delivered.
I really don't think Black Market's a good spot to land. I think it's kind of a trash area. I'm not quite sure why it's as busy as it is. I understand New Vision, there's a lot of loot there. While I was playing this match, a heck of a storm was going on here. It's crazy.
Fire sale. Start in 1 minute.
This match actually wound up being solo versus duos. I thought when I started the match, which I knew at this point it wasn't, but I thought when I started the match I was playing a solo versus squads. So whenever I jumped into Black Market, I was really shocked there wasn't a whole lot of people there.
Airdrop has been delivered.
For some reason, this bike, hover bike, starts sounding like a tank. I do not know why. Thought getting off of it and getting back on it would fix it. Maybe it's audio for it's on fire or something, but it's at 99%, so
Heads up,
that
soldier.
cut out here.
Time for a fire sale.
No, I didn't. Never mind. Yeah, that started to drive me crazy, so rather than running around looking for people, I just jump off of it, get my other gun, and bail.
A full-fledged tank has been dropped.
Maybe a few bullets would stop it. It did not.
Airdrop has been delivered.
Running out in the open and opening my map like that really isn't a great idea. I should have at least tried to be behind some cover whenever I decided
Safe
to
zone
open
is
my map.
collapsing.
I hit all these green boxes thinking surely there's a sniper expert in one of them. I was wrong. Usually there is in at least one of those boxes. Thought about chancing the zone and going and trying to buy one again, but
Airdrop incoming.
I started suspecting this was a bot lobby, so I wasn't really too concerned about it. Got my heavy plate armor there. It's probably a good thing I did. You'll see at the end why that was probably a good idea. I really like this SO14 for range, but at close to the lower end of medium range, it does not kill. Yeah, it's like 20 milliseconds faster than the AK-117. So you'll get outshot by an AK if they know what they're doing with the gun. But at the medium to long range, nothing does as damage as fast as it does. Even the Odin, I think, is behind it in time. I'm not for sure. I haven't actually checked it side by side with a range build for the Odin.
Airdrop.
I was trying to listen for gunshots. I was turning left and right to kind of locate exactly where they were. I decided they were at that house, and I was right. I'm not being very aware of my surroundings there. I should have looked back to the right and checked the hilltops and made sure there wasn't a sniper. Had that guy pinned down. I thought it was kind of odd that he ran into the house because there was no way he heard me. There's a possibility he seen me, I guess, but it just seemed odd. I know he's in there. I see him in the window. Without the mods on my KRM, that shot would kill him in one shot. I had to take 2 shots, which is not that big a deal, but I was expecting it to function like it does with the mods on it. It did not. A bit of bad aim here.
The safe zone is collapsing.
Airdrop incoming.
Despite the fact that I'm playing with a semi-automatic, I'm still playing pretty aggressive. Like I say, I kind of think a lot of these people were bots.
Airdrop has been delivered.
I wasn't paying attention to the names like I should have been in match. That's one thing that'll help you out. If you start seeing a bunch of bot names scroll through on the kill feed in the last 30 to 40 kills, you're probably in a bot lobby with only probably 3 or 4 real people in it. But you'll be able to kind of feel that out and tell once you've played a little while and all that stuff.
Down to the last 5 teams.
These two may have been real people. If they were, they weren't real experienced players. That guy stopping right out in the open to put armor on instead of taking off running while I was shooting the other guy, that was... I would have thought he would have started shooting me.
Only 2 teams
I
left.
certainly would have
Getting
started
close to
shooting me.
victory.
Even if I died, I'd have taken most of their vest with me. But I'm petty like that. I know these guys are somewhere over here. I'm just not sure where. Because I heard their gunfire where I was on my green box, and I decided to chase the other two guys instead. See one of them running up the ramp. Using the box for cover. I don't know how good those boxes are for cover in most circumstances, so if you're at close range, I don't suggest doing that. I was afraid he had a medic plate, so I start rushing him. Then his buddy comes out. I switched my shotgun prematurely. I would have probably taken him out with my SO, but turned out good. First place, I went ahead and left my path and everything in here. Kind of show that a little bit. I'm going to put the mods that I have set for these guns on here, despite the fact that I didn't find them, the ones that I wanted. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like. Thanks for watching.